baby.
If you're new here, we're Katie and Dan, and this is our van. Vanjie was a pandemic project, and she certainly kept us busy during lockdown.
In your hair. This is actually a thing.
We converted our Ram Promaster in 2020 and 2021, and now we like to take extended trips whenever we can. If you're not new to our channel, you'll have noticed that we enjoy some non-van traveling as well, but we're back from 2 months in Europe at the start of the year, and we've hit the road in our van once again to explore some US national parks. We are just outside of Kadoka, South Dakota this morning, and we are en route to Badlands National Park.
We are on the I-90 westbound. We've actually been on this trip for a few days, but this is it feels like the start of our trip because we've been just kind of going and staying at rest stops. We were at a truck stop last night.
Well, we've been trying to get basically as far west as quickly as we could because most of the stuff we want to see on this trip, well, it's kind of starts here and is west of here.
Don't get me wrong, we've made some stops along the way. We went to Chicago, we saw the Bean.
We saw the Green Giant in Minnesota. So we've definitely been seeing some stuff.
But the real trip starts right now. Just pulled into the park and arrived at an Overlook. That is cool.
This is a crazy view. So blown away by this landscape. I feel like for the past week we have just been driving through mostly flat farmland, which feels very familiar, just kind of has looked like home, and I feel like today is the first day where like this does not look like home. This is so cool, and it just like popped up out of the prairies, like kind of out of the blue.
Deer? Or is it bighorn sheep?
Oh, and there's a baby. It's so cute.
We've reached the point in the trail where the only way is up. Literally up the ladder.
Okay, now it becomes a ladder situation.
That ladder was worth it for the views.
I feel like this is exactly why we do van life. I'll be honest, the first few days I was kind of feeling a little bit like, what are we doing in the middle of this field at a highway rest stop?
We're just trucking.
But now it's like, wow, such amazing scenery here.
So what you're saying is it's about the destination, not the journey.
I guess a little bit. Just pulled over because we think we've spotted some prairie dogs. I've never seen these in the wild before. There seems to be all kinds. Is that what they sound like? There's all kinds of them squeaking out here. This is unreal.
Traffic has come to a stop, and it's bighorn sheep on the side of the road.
We've just seen our first bison of the trip. We're just heading out to the town of Wall, and right here at the entrance, right here out in the field, that is so cool. Oh, and there's a little prairie dog right there.
That was really cool. The bison ended up coming even closer to the road and in fact came up like right beside the road to eat some grass.
They're such impressive animals. Like, they're massive. When you see the size of its head, it's like probably the size of my torso.
Yeah.
You know, that's its head. It's crazy.
It's really
They're
big
really
animal.
cool. We have been seeing billboards for this place, I swear, since we got into South Dakota like a few days ago. This is the iconic Wall Drug. So this is in the town of Wall, and it's kind of, from what I can understand, a bit of an Old West general store, but I think it's become a whole lot more than that. It is probably like the main draw of this town.
There's nothing you can't buy at Wall Drug.
We have reached the actual like drugstore portion, but I thought you could get lost in here. Like, this place is endless.
The best explanation I have is it's like a department store.
Yeah.
And each section is almost like its own separate department.
Store. Yeah.
Get that ice cream.
Ice cream?
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this.
It's huckleberry. Huckleberry shake.
It was really good. I really like the huckleberry flavor. Like,
Yeah,
a lot.
my thing. The thing I got.
It's really good. This butter pecan ice cream is also very good. But so is the cherry pie. It's all very good.
Well, I'd say we've thoroughly spoiled our dinner.
Definitely.
And we even got some saltwater taffy to take home. So, not the healthiest decisions, but this is a fun place. Slightly chaotic, but very fun. And this was actually just a pit stop. We're headed back to the national park to sleep for the night. And I believe a thunderstorm is coming, so we better get going.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes, it is a bison. Like right on the road.
Hey, buddy. How's it going? How do we get to the Sage Creek campground? There's some bison just in the campground.
Good morning. We rolled into this campsite last night trying to beat out the storm, and we did. Thankfully, we were in place right around sunset and a few hours before the storm came. The storm was really cool. Honestly, a free lights show. I feel bad for the people around here who were sleeping in tents last night because it was, a not insignificant amount of rainfall. This morning we're getting all packed up. Katie's making a smoothie. Then it'll be time to hit the road.
Oh, are they gonna try to talk to us? They have to turn around.
No, they just flashed me a peace sign. So
Oh, nice.
Gave them this back. I love the other, chatting with the other campers, even just saying good morning.
We are on a journey to do that more often. We're trying to be more like the kind of people that talk to strangers and like go out of our way to be friendly to other people. Because I think we've been on the receiving end of that sometimes, and we've appreciated it. And just in general, I feel like we should talk to each other. I think that a lot of people feel lonely, and it's nice to chat.
We've had good experiences. Like we meet interesting people, and you get to hear about their bands or their their thing, where they're headed to next. Like, I don't know, it's cool. How freaking cool is it to be just driving down the road and you run into some bison crossing the road?
It's so cool. So I guess we should explain what we're doing here back in the van, because the last time you saw us, we were in Spain.
If you made it this far in the video, you're definitely deserving of an explanation.
Which, by the way, if you do want to support our videos, liking, commenting, subscribing is always much appreciated. But to summarize, we are currently on a mission to explore Yellowstone National Park. Obviously, there is a lot between where we live in southern Ontario and Wyoming, where Yellowstone is, so we're trying to see all the sights along the way as well.
we're just going to enjoy being in the van for a couple weeks and working remotely from the van.
So in the upcoming weeks, you can expect to see some more van life vlogs from us. We want to do some videos about how we work remotely from the van because we've recently gotten some gear upgrades that make it a lot nicer. Plus show you some of the other day-to-day stuff around van life that we realized in our past videos we never really shared because we just kind of showed what we were seeing outside of the van rather than what life was like in the van. So if you have any questions or suggestions for what you'd like to see in terms of videos while we're in the van for the next little while, let us know in the comments.
We want to show you not only like the tourist sites that we're going to see, which are lots of videos of, but also what it's like to live, for us to live in this van.
So that's the plan. Make sure you stick around because there's going to be lots of antics, I'm sure, between now and the time we get to Yellowstone, plus everything that we're going to see on our way home from Yellowstone National Park as well. So basically, long story short, welcome back to the van. All right, I think it's now time for us to go and see some mammoth fossils.
All right, let's go see some mammoth skulls. Here's the situation as I understand it. This red rock was originally the edge of a sinkhole, like a really deep pond, and the mammoths would come and eat the vegetation at the edge of the pond, and then the rocks would be slippery, they would slip in, and a whole bunch of them fell into the sinkhole. Over time, over thousands of years, they compacted with the sediment and eventually fossilized. And there's tons of animals, not just mammoths, that have been fossilized in this sinkhole. Each of those swirly bones is a mammoth tusk. How crazy is that? There's so many, like all through them. There's one. It says to go.
Alright, we are turning into our potential spot for the night.
The road's fine. Like,
the road looks fine. It's not
muddy.
something we're going to get stuck in. We found it on iOverlander and it's just in the national forest here and it's dispersed camping, so
iOverlander is a free app that we use for finding spots like this. What's here?
yeah, what if we just go and drive in there? Or is that going to be hard to get back on the road? It could be soft. Our biggest fear is that we'd get stuck. Because the van's very heavy and doesn't have, like, you know, it's not an off-roading type of vehicle. This is very firm ground, though. Yeah, and look at the view.
Yeah, this is really cool.
This is a really great spot. We want it open to the sky because then the Starlink will work, so.
Am I leaving really thick tracks or not too bad?
Not any at all. Now that we have found our spot for the night, we pretty much just need to park and then we're ready to go. I guess we have a few things that we do to kind of close down the van for the night. I need to wash the dishes, and obviously we have to turn this into bed mode.
Okay, the next important step, setting up the Starlink. You have to watch your step out here. There's quite a few cow patties.
I know, they said that on iOverlander and it's true. So we do have a hot water heater in the van and the sink water can get hot. But I just usually find it more efficient to just heat water in my kettle and then use that, because otherwise you kind of have to run the sink for a little while before the hot water kicks in, and then you're kind of wasting water. And this allows you to just use like a little bit, and then you can kind of control how much water you use a little bit more. But we definitely make use of our hot water heater when it comes to our outdoor showers. That's kind of when it's most helpful. My genius hack is that I found this colander, like it's meant to be a colander, but I use it as a dish drying rack, and it folds up and collapses so I can easily store it in the van. But that is all the dishes done, which is a great feeling because it means that I can relax now. Dan's already doing a great job of relaxing.
Got the bed made, so time to make use of the bed.
So it is time for us to call it a night, and I think for us to call it the end of this vlog. But thank you so much for joining us. It's really exciting for us to be back at van life again, and we hope you're excited too, and that you'll follow along.
Thanks so much for watching, y'all. See you in the next video.